Ho ho ho! Armored Christmas, everybody! It's your boy, a big ass bathtub! Today, we're going to analyze the new Armored Christmas banner together with my co-host, Burke! How are you doing, Burke? Ready to go and analyze this banner?
Let's do this!
Ooh yeah, let's go! So the first thing I'm sure you all want to hear about is my thoughts on the Armored Healer. The Armor Healer Eirika herself. Eirika for the non-brain damage. But anyway, so I think that she is a pretty good unit just for the sheer fact that she's armored and can use all these fighter skills. Though I feel like it could also be wasted on her because her B slot, well, that and her character by herself is already pretty fast. Her B slot pretty much just secures it, letting me know that she's going to be pretty fast and can just use Dazzling Staff instead of the usual fighter skills. But as a unit, I'm sure she's pretty amazing with all that extra armored BST on a healer. Dude, healers always got problems with BST, not having enough. This solves it automatically. That is why I wanted an armored healer for the longest time. But
I don't have a problem with her B slot.
Yeah.
Because healers need Dazzling Staff because they can't take attacks back because their stats blow. But when you're armored and you have lots of defense and res, you can take attacks back. So what's Eirika gonna do? If she's not fast enough, she's gonna use Bold Fighter. If she's fast enough, she's gonna use Special Fighter. And she's gonna have her Miracle charged.
Yep, that is the important thing. Yeah,
like
Miracle.
On the first initiation, and good luck and enjoy dealing with a Bold Fighter or Special Fighter Eirika charging Miracle immediately, and it's going to be very, very bad.
And dishing out the 6 paths of pain plus. Oh yeah, you're gonna get it, pal. This is why Vantage will never be a seal, because oh my god, if we have a fighter skill with Vantage, that's disgusting. That is so disgusting. Quick Repulse is already pushing it. I didn't think that they would make Quick Repulse as a seal, but it happened.
Yeah, the Vantage as a seal would be a big problem right now. The fortunate thing is that Miracle is the worst thing she can do, which is still bad, but we can't do some kind of ridiculous Bold Fighter offensive special. Which on a colorless armored, ridiculous stat thing could be just completely obnoxious. So it's not going to go to insane levels of, I'm going to kill you and mess you up. But it's going to be annoying. I mean, let's be real. It's going to be annoying. And that's not even talking about what her stats are even going to be, and let alone her new staff. That's going to be ridiculous. The last 2 staves that they've made have been insane. And her C slot. So let's dive into Eirika a little bit more than just I'm armored healer.
Quote unquote armor. Jesus Christ, man.
Doesn't look too armored to me.
Doesn't look armored to me.
Can't even use the Winter Tharja from last year's argument of I'm skimpy bikini, I'm cold and frostbitten, so I can't move, I'm slow. I mean, she's got a little bit more on in terms of her clothing, so she does not look like an armored in any sense, or even a logical argument of
God, everything has to be armored. It's so stupid. But we should probably turn away from that. We would end up spending like 30 minutes talking about how stupid armor is and destroys the game and yeah. But anyway, so
Joyous Lantern?
Instead of talking about Joyous Lantern, we should start straight at the bottom at attack opening because it works in conjunction with Joyous Lantern. So, attack opening. This skill is absolutely, positively amazing. It is so disgusting. If I pull Eirika, even if I was spending money, even if I'm spending money, I would never plus 10 Eirika because of this skill. I'm going to spread it out to like all my different teams. Well, it also needs a little bit of setting up, but it is a skill that I really, 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 really want because look at this. You're looking at attack plus 6 that can go all the way across the map, and its condition is that with the highest attack. So what? If I stack my entire team with the same attack, what happens then? Well, they all just got an attack buff. halfway across the map. Disgusting.
Yep. This skill is excellent. It's going to read okay because, it excludes, and there is a downside here, it excludes the unit itself. So unlike waves, you're not going to be able to buff themselves. But the ability to have an attack buff across the entire map is insanely strong. And with careful preparation of your team, you can make this into buffing 2, or if not, everyone else on your team, even up to 4 if you're running an Aether Raise and you have 5 units on your team. You can buff your entire team with +6 across the map. That is very, very good. Look, there are going to be situations where other skills that buff attack are better than this. Like, this isn't the most broken, insane thing ever in the game. If you're running, like, cavalry teams, or, you have the normal hone, fortify type skills, yeah, you're going to use those because they're strong. But this skill, with its range and ease of ability to set up your team to hit multiple units with the same attack to trigger the +6 attack, makes it incredibly strong, because I can't emphasize enough the high range of the skill. It's not fortify hone in 1 space. This is not tactics in 2 space. This is across the entire map. So you can slap this on your dancer and have the rest of your units charge out with the same attack and all gain +6, while your dancer sits in the back corner until they can Wings of Mercy in later. Yeah, this skill's very, very strong, and yes, it requires the proper setup, but the payoff is just ridiculously high, and I don't see how anyone can argue that this skill is not going to be very good.
Yeah, this is the latest power creep, but this is good power creep. See, like, if you actually have something tactical like this, that's good power creep. We don't need to keep stacking stats over and over again. We don't summon for these. We summon because we like the characters. We don't need extra motivation, like extra stats. We don't need that. We just need the character.
That was a really good point, because this is exactly the kind of power creep that I like. On a skill like this, where the actual buff amount is not higher than what you can gain with other things, but the way you can use the skill makes it stronger, and now it opens up more possibilities for teams and the way you can build your comps. This is excellent. This is exactly the kind of power creep that I want to see. Attack opening 3. Give me defense opening 3. Give me all the openings. I want to see those kinds of things. This is well designed, unlike many other things on this banner, but when we talk about this attack opening, this is an excellent skill. I'm very happy about it.
Indeed. And as a result, we have Joyous Lantern, which works in conjunction with it, Dev and Res. So all of a sudden you have, like, a whole team full of just these juggernauts running around smashing things. Sure, it doesn't give them speed or anything, but that is fine. It's okay. We don't need it, because they're so fucking strong already. And speed in and of itself is actually not that hard to tweak. It's easy to tweak. So you're looking at really powerful teams if you build it that way. That's the most important part about this whole quote-unquote power creep. You have to build a team a specific way, just like how tactics are done. And this time it's even harder, because you have to, well, sort of harder. You have to adjust it. This is where having different levels of attack seals will be very handy. I hope you didn't, like, level them all to, like, 3. And I hope you actually level some to 3, so you can adjust them. Like, some have, like, 3 or 2s, or, just the non-leveled ones. It is beautiful. This kind of setup is wonderful. I love, like, tweaking my team so that they do weird shenanigans like this. This is great. You don't even have to worry about a Versa or anything. You just, like, halfway across the map, I have tons of stats. I can fight. I can hold the enemy on this side while the other side just destroys them. It has so many possibilities. I love this kind of stuff. This is great. And that's the whole reason why I would summon for her, and I will summon for her. Not because she's an armor healer, but because of these skills. These skills is the best. I don't even know what I'm going to do. like, should I still keep her around, or should I, like, sack 2 of her on one specific healer? Because I'm not going to plus 10 her. No way. The skills like that, there's no way I'm going to plus 10 her.
Plus, you're not spending right now, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right. Not until they... Oh, but damn it, dude. It's going to have to wait till Legendary Banner until I see her again. That's probably going to be, like, halfway. But yeah, I can't just, like, give up on my
Could
words.
be time to afford.
But there is a lucky thing. I have not done a whole deal of maps, and we're getting a lot of orbs this month. I want to say this season, but it doesn't work that way. Anyway, from what I've seen, we're looking at like upwards of 400 orbs. That's actually pretty sizable. We can probably get a couple. This is a 3-person banner, so we have a decent shot at it. Nah, I mean, it's not crazy like a 2-person banner, but this is still very good. So I'm looking forward to summoning a ton of her, but we're getting a little off topic here. So I'm gonna close.
To go back to this. My thoughts on Joyous Lantern. It's an excellent wand staff.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. Similar reasonings to the opening and the range. This is defense and res +5, so 2 stats +5. This is excellent. Now, is it the best wand or staff in the game? Maybe. In certain situations, but you got Witchy Wand now, and that the Witchy Wand was just so broken. But I don't think anyone's going to argue that Joyous Lantern is bad or what. This is an excellent weapon. So if you get this and you're like, I want to inherit it on my favorite waifu husbando healer, yes, do that, because this is a very, very good.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm gonna run the 6 Baths of Pain Plus. You're gonna see like one guy carrying this, the rest runs Pain Plus, or the other guy runs
logic.
Yeah,
right.
The other guy runs
defense +5. Yeah. Defense res +5 on your entire team, easily. So
yeah, that
is very, very strong. It's got 12 might. So yeah, this is a great unit for skill inheritance. And we didn't even talk about the obvious Dazzling Staff, which, it's around. They reran Bridal Lin, and there's Dazzling Staffs around. But look, if you don't have Dazzling Staff and you really want Dazzling Staff, yeah, get Dazzling Staff.
For that.
So,
oh my god, dude, you can't even compare to attack opening. But yes, you're right. You can do that.
Like, yeah, if someone has never gotten Dazzling Staff and they need it, and that's what, I mean, so for skill inheritance alone, this Eirika is insane, and that's not even getting into yet her as a unit, which, I'm sorry, she's going to be really, really annoying, and depending on actually how the stats pan out, I think she's going to be excellent, because most Eirikas are fast. We haven't had any really slow ones yet. She's also generally has pretty good mixed defenses, like defense and not like super high, but her defense and res are both adequate. So I would not be shocked if this armor version of her has pretty solid defense and res and amazing speed with a mediocre attack and a mediocre HP stat. But regardless, she's the first armored healer, and I think before we move on from her, I think it's worth discussing some possible things that may happen with her that are not desirable, which would be that you can run bold or special fighter, because neither of those skills specify you cannot use them with healers. They specify it has to be armor only. So I see people running Miracle with bold and special fighter and getting it charged right away, and it being a tremendous pain in the ass on defense.
Indeed. But seeing her being fast, though, I mean, Special Fighter probably will be the one that takes the cake. Special Fighter works as guard as well. That's disgusting.
Exactly. I think Special Fighter is going to be her best one, but until we know her speed stat for sure.
Yeah.
If her speed stat is only average, maybe, even if it's 30, let's say it's 33, 36, 39, or 30 less, whatever. You can run both fighter.
You know what? I think I'd lie. I think she'd be great if she's fast, run Special Fighter, and run Stupid Witchy Wand. Because if she has good mixed defenses, then she's not going to die, obviously.
You don't need Dazzling Staff when your defenses are good.
Exactly. Then you just need to keep spraying them with that Stupid Witchy Wand, and they can't use skills to kill you. And if you have 2 of these Eirikas running around, they just stand next to each other, healing each other like this. And what are you going to do?
Yes.
What are you going to do?
She's going to be a tremendous nuisance. And when you combine her with Surtur, I don't even want to...
Oh my god, dude, why do you bring up that horrible being?
It's going to be...
Combine that with
Eirika and
Surtur, you're looking at a really, really tough time. You're looking at a very bad time. This unit is what I've wanted for healers for the longest time. Because healers, their only problem was that they don't have enough stats. But if you've known anything about Asama, he's tough to kill. But of course, he can't do any damage. Now you have somebody that can do
Asama and
damage.
Risk, she's going to have the tankiness of what Asama and Risk can do. But is going to have the utility and probably going to have pretty, not amazing, but her attack's probably going to be fine. It's going to be
mentally ill. I'm looking forward to it. I cannot wait to see her stats. Oh, but we should probably
she's going to be great.
The whole video is going to be about her with the
also,
skills.
Her art quickly is very good.
Yeah, it's cute.
We want to go to Ephraim next?
Yep, definitely. I mean, you talk about one sibling, you have to go to the other disgusting sibling, right? So that's how we're going to do it. Now, Ephraim. I don't like Festive Siegmund. He's trying to steal the thunder of my favorite character, Walmart. I do not want.
Yeah, I think this is going to be underrated and better than it looks, but there are many, many better weapons and even better Siegmunds lately, so I don't think it's going to be insane. But the thing is, unlike some of the other conditions where you've got these new, I got free double attack, I get free follow-up, who cares, I mean, follow-up. The condition on this, unlike those, is insanely easy. If you're not adjacent to an ally, you get forward all stats. Okay, that's like the easiest thing possible to trigger in the world. You may as well just count in, just write it in right now, forward all stats.
Exactly.
But that's all he has. He has Accelerate Special, that's good. Plus forward all stats, which is going to be active most of the time, that's also good. But when you compare that to, I'm getting a free follow-up, or, you look at Creed and his BS thing, where, free follow-up and stop. I mean, it's not on the same ridiculous level as some of these new weapons.
I feel that you might be... I mean, yeah, you're right about that. But those units are cavalry units. This is an armor unit. Armor unit gets Bold Fighter, and then they can use her seal slot for quick repulse. They've got dual phase ready for them already.
That's true. He's got the Bold Fighter, so he can do that. Yeah, and so he might not need the built-in double from Siegmund, but it does limit him a little bit more in his build options when his weapon is on the weaker side, and then he's forced to run the Bold Fighter, and that doesn't make him bad. I mean, look, this Ephraim's gonna be good. So
he's gonna be overpowered as hell, dude. Like this attack dev solo, it doesn't matter. His speed doesn't matter. So he's gonna have out of the world defenses, and well, I don't know about his resistance, but he's gonna have a lot of defense. He's gonna be tough to take down, and he's gonna hit really
without
hard.
even knowing the data mine on his stats. His attack is going to be insanely high. Ephraim's always have good attack. Every single Ephraim has good attack. This one's not going to be an exception. His attack is going to be at the lowest, like 38 or something. That's the lowest it's going to be. It's going to be very high. His defense, will still be good. It's not going to be low. It'll be good. His other stats, though, I'm sure his speed will be crap, like always.
Doesn't matter. I'm armored. Doesn't matter anymore.
His res may be similar to what we saw in the Brave Ephraim, where it was 20. I think 26 at so it's like 30. I mean that, which is for an Ephraim, is very high. So we could see what would be considered a pretty decent res stat on him, despite Ephraim not being that way, because that's the trend of these armors.
Yeah, he's got a res super boon. It goes to 30. That's not
right. So you're talking a dude who normally is allergic to res having pretty solid res. I would not be shocked if his res is.
Oh yeah, the BST
it's not going to be 35, but
that. Yeah.
So yeah, he's going to have high attack and high defense.
He's going to be 180 BST. I have no doubt he's going to be a goddamn 180 BST armor. No doubt about it. This is the direction we're probably going, and if they're going to have to spend some points on resistance. Otherwise, you're looking at some really out-of-the-world stats. Like, you could...
his HP might, be lower, but...
Like 44 attack base. Can you imagine that?
Please no. I mean, because 44 is what the the super boon in Male Grima is
yeah. But then
very
imagine
bad.
that being a base attack, so you can go a little further. A 48 base attack. That's disgusting. If that's true, but you know. This is a complete stat stick, though. That's the main thing about Ephraim that I don't really like. He's just a stat stick. There's no tactical uses for him. He's just a big old guy who's got lots of stats and he runs into you. Not my cup of tea when it comes to strategy game, but he is very strong, but not my
Yep. He's gonna be good. Like, no one can deny he's gonna have a ton of attacks. He's gonna mess you up. But is he unique? Is he do anything super cool and new? No. He's just gonna have a shit ton of attack and he's gonna mess you up. He's got close guard, sure, but I don't know that people are gonna want to fodder him for that. But yeah, he's getting strong. There's not that much else to say.
Indeed, he's very straightforward. I mean, I really can't say that it's a shame and that's just what he does, but compared to like other gimmicks that you could do with him on his base form, like that wind sweep nonsense, at least it's there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at least it's there. That's nonsense, but you know, I like nonsense. I don't like something like this. This is so dumb. It's so straightforward. I mean, it fits his character, but it's just, oh my god, dude.
You know who I'm more excited about that's less straightforward is this reindeer chicken.
Ah, yes. In that case, we should go straight to the reindeer chicken. We have been spending a lot of time on the disgusting siblings. It's time we go and pull this curtain to a draw. So, let's begin by talking about Fei's glittering breath. What do you think about this fun toy?
I like it. I think it's an interesting breath. It's not the people are like, it's an owl breath. No, dude, it's not an owl breath. Come on, read the goddamn text. It's the opposite version of what the Bridal Tharja and that cycle was, where it was a range of 2 spaces. It's that version, but it's not attack speed, it's defense and res. So the difference between this and an owl tome, for example, is when you're an owl tome, you need to stack around the unit. No, this is not stacked around the unit. This is within 2 spaces. It is much easier to trigger the conditions on this glittering breath than it is on an owl tome. So yes, it is going to be good. It's very defensive, which I think this Fei is entirely built around. But
before you continue, what do you think about it compared to Water Breath, though? I mean, Water Breath is like this, except, you know, not 6. It's like 4 to each stats. Water Breath is still pretty good. I mean,
Water Breath is still very good. Water Breath is better on a random unit you just want to slap around and use. If you build a team to maximize this, Glittering Breath can be stronger. But I think Water Breath will be easier to use for the most.
Indeed. But it appears that this Fei is actually pretty boring in of herself. It's built around the typical dragon experience with like stacking lots of dev and res and just counter people to death. It doesn't seem to be. Look at this. They're like, look at this. Ventral Fighter 3. Everything about her is just like, oh yeah, please hit me so I can hit you back and kill you.
That's exactly what it is. She's boring in her build because it's very. I mean, her stats. I saw people saying, Male Grima power creep though, right? Like, are you kidding me? No, this is not going to power creep Male Grima in his role. Male Grima has 40 attack with a super boon to 44. Fei is not going to have 40 attack and 44 with a super boon. No, she's going to have
a lot of
defense and res. No, her defense and res are going to be insane. They're going to be easily surpassing what we saw with the what's her name, the Tharja, Winter Tharja.
Yes.
I don't know if it's going to be as high as Surtur, but her defense and res combined are going to be insanely high. That for sure is going to happen. So she might become the most bulky armor for mixed defenses that we have in the entire game.
But you see, the problem with this is that the fact that Surtur existed. Surtur is a min-maxed character. Fei may have more speed, and then you still have those mixed defenses. But Surtur's stats are completely disgustingly set for armors, because your armors don't need speed. And Fei doesn't seem to need lots of speed either. So
I'm not sure her speed's going to be higher. What I do know is I'm pretty sure what will be the case is that Fei's attack is not going to be elite because I just don't see them giving a 35 or 32, 35, 38. I don't think her attack's going to be on that upper echelon attack. I think she's just going to have insane defense and res stats when you combine. Don't even change her kit. You're talking the Glittering Breath and the defense res bond. She's with Unmerge is going to be hitting in the upper 40s to lower 50s of defense and res, and it can just be so annoying to kill.
I think that if she had decent speed, you could probably set it so that she runs Vengeful Fighter to takes one hit, but then she would dish out two, which is good because the weakness of Vengeful Fighter is that you have to take 2 hits first before you can make full advantage of it. But if you don't, because you have actually some decent speed, you get some really, really free damage out. And Luna is perfect for that kind of stuff because it's 3 charges. So you immediately be able to dish out a good chunk of damage to the enemy, if not outright kill them.
Yeah.
However,
go ahead.
I'm not a fan of Fei. I love Fei as a character a lot, but she has serious problems because of the fact that she's green with dragons. She's a green dragon. She's gonna be completely destroyed by Xian and Armor Smasher at the same time. The same weaknesses as Male Grima, but Male Grima can take the initiative to take care of this. But a defensive character such as Fei, well, you have to take it up the ass first before you can do anything. That's the main problem with Fei, I see. Yep. I love Fei, but she's just not gonna work for me.
Completely agree. I think she's going to be a power creep version of, well, Sheena's not a dragon, but I think her stat line is going to look like Sheena's with probably a bit more attack, similar insane defensive res, the mixed defenses. But she's got that dragon weakness, so all your Falchion users are going to come up and bend her over, as you just said. So that's a big problem. Like Male Grima's main draw is that, as you said, you slap both fire on him, and he initiates on you, and he can be off color, and he's got 64 magic damage. He's just going to kill you anyway. So Fei's not going to be able to do that. Even if she is the 180 BST and not Ephraim or whatever, maybe they're both, but who cares? Even if she's 180 BST, unless
we're pushing 185, which could happen.
unless we're wrong. I mean, look, we're speculating, so it's possible somehow she has some ridiculous 40 attack stat. I don't think that's going to be the case. But unless that is the case, I don't think she's actually going to be that good. For a green dragon to thrive, you've got to be able to bold fighter initiate, or you're going to get just blasted by falchions.
Exactly. The days of the Reinhardt is still there, but you can use regular Fei for that. You don't need something like this. It's out of control. So, this is a bit of a disappointing character. I mean, even you can't really strip much from her either. I like Glittering Breath, but Water Breath is free. I mean, there's really no real reason to go completely out of your way to get Fei unless you really like Fei.
I mean, that art, the little reindeer horns that she's got.
I know that when she turns into a dragon, she gets like little reindeer horns
it's pretty
as well.
Amazing.
But that's for me.
I'm not gonna blame anyone for something.
It's cute, but for me, that's not what I'm after. I'm after really terrible things like attack opening, so I'm gonna spend a lot of my free-to-play orbs on that. I have a lot of maps I can still have to do, so I might be able to build up maybe 200, maybe a little bit more. We'll have to see, depending on how the events hold out. I think we got 4 orbs today when we came in. 4 orbs just for logging in. That's ridiculous. We might be able to do this.
That's excellent. So, I guess we're running to the end here. I guess the only thing left I can think of to wrap up is we did get a little on the Cecilia.
Cecilia's hot. I love that. I love that outfit. It's great. She's beautiful. I don't know what she does, but she's beautiful.
I'm thinking based off the art that she's going to be armored. That's my guess, but it's just a guess.
Doesn't matter. It's such a beautiful art. See, I'm being a hypocrite here, but she's a free unit. You don't have to summon for her. That's the most important part. Oh my god.
Yeah, and she'll eventually enter the, as a Tempest Trial unit, she'll eventually enter that Aether Raids pool where you can use Grails on her. So if Cecilia is your waifu and
you get free 180 BST you can use Grails for. That's so disgusting.
Yeah, and if she's really your waifu, go open the game and look at the notifications and look at the art on the Tempest Trials Plus coming soon picture. Just go look.
Yeah, this is how Eira should have been. This is how Eira should have been. That would have been so hot.
But Eira's just an emo Eirika, though.
I know, but what I mean is that that's how they should have done with Eira instead of, well, this whole mess that keeps getting worse and worse. You know, that banner was just the worst, the lowest point in this whole game. We got over it. It's been a year and 2 years now, but still, if they had handled it like Cecilia, where you get it for free and then you can use Grail to eventually build her up, that's not so very bad. Although with AR the way it is now, I still kind of say, but that's another whole can of worms altogether.
Yeah, the power creep has been very bad since that exact time, but we can talk about that more later.
Yeah, I think we can probably wrap it up with that.
Yeah, looking again. No, I think that's about it for this banner. We'll see when the stats come out. I think all these units are going to be good.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
In terms of inheritance, the Eirika, and even just probably using, to be honest, Armor Healer.
I'll probably end up using 2 of her because you have to do a lot of setting up in order to get the most benefit out of her. You need to pull 2 of her to get 1 healer with those things. So yeah, might just end up using her. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that even at +0, she can perform just because she has so much BST. But my God,
yeah. Well, let's see.
At +10, I would destroy anything.
With the new stat increase, an armored ranged is normally 175. So an armored ranged colorless should have been closer to 170. But now we're in the BST, the next gen. So I'm guessing actually her BST will be like 170.
Oh God, that's disgusting. That's really disgusting if true. Because Jacob.
Or sorry, not 175, 165. Sorry, I fucked that up.
Yeah, Jacob is 160 something. So if you're right, then it should be 170.
Yeah, it should have been 165 for normal range. Like the Tharja, Christmas Tharja was 165-ish. I think the Eirika being colorless should be less, but because we're in the new BSC range, it should be 165 for the Armored Healer Eirika. That's what I'm gonna go with, 165.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, I
still a
lot
lot
of things for today, though. I can't think of anything else to say. So why don't we just stop here?
Sounds good.
Is pretty impressive for 3 characters, I have to say. All right. Well, I thank you all for watching. Until next time.